Hey everybody, this is the Facebook Ads with the Twang podcast. I'm your host Ben Blackman, and today I'm going to be talking to you about how to really boost a Facebook post. Here comes episode 82. Facebook Ads with the Twang is dedicated to taking the often overcomplicated process of creating simple, successful Facebook ads, breaking them down step by step in less than 10 minutes at a time. Let's get started. All right. Welcome to episode 82. I'm excited to have you. I don't know where you are, but for me, school just started back, and I'm grateful. I'm so grateful that school started back. I just didn't realize how much work it was going to be for me in high school, right? So my oldest son, he's in high school, and I have more work than ever now, helping with that and doing stuff with that. So it's been a little crazy. But today I want to talk to you about how to boost a Facebook ad post. And I've done episodes before. I did one really early on about why you shouldn't, and this whole thing about I compared boosting versus running it straight from the Facebook Ads Manager and those kind of results. And I just want to kind of clarify a couple things, is that it's okay to boost. There's nothing wrong with boosting. It's just that it's hard. Sometimes it can be difficult to measure if you're having any success, right? Because on the outside, it might look like you're having success because Facebook says, oh, you've got 300 engagements, and you're like, oh, that's cool. But then when it's all over with, it's like, well, what did that really do for me? Did it really help me get more business? Did it help me accomplish the goal I wanted? And so that's the thing with boosting, is it tends to be done without the foresight of, hey, this is what I want to accomplish. This is my goal with the boost. So let's just kind of talk about that. When you're boosting, it means that you're choosing, or Facebook is actually choosing, the engagement objective for you. So like if you went into your ads manager and you chose engagement and you input your copy and input your image there, that's the same as a boost. Okay, it's effectively the same thing. But what is your actual goal for the ad, right? Are you trying to get more likes? Are you trying to get more awareness? Are you trying to get, one of the things that's kind of you can use it for is you can grow your group that way. Or are you, trying to build a retargeting audience, which that's my favorite thing to do. That's one of the great things about boosting, is you can build a retargeting audience of the people who have been viewing your ads or engaging with your ads in one form or another. So you need to just make sure you have a goal in mind with it up front. And then the second thing is how are you going to know if you're reaching your goal? So sometimes you won't know, right? Sometimes it's just all anecdotal. Like I said, Facebook will have, you had 300 engagements. Well, if that's what you wanted, then that's what you got. Okay, so that's good. But if you're running ads to help grow your Facebook group, well, then you might see a difference there. You may not see a direct difference, like you can't see the numbers difference in, when you're looking at your analytics and stuff, but you can see, hey, people clicked on the link, and normally I only get one person asking to join the group a day, and now I'm getting 20. Okay, well then it's coming from your ad, so you can kind of extrapolate that, right? If you're getting more likes, comments, shares, you can see those kind of numbers. So that's all good stuff. And in retargeting, you can see the retargeting audience is growing. So those are all things that you can kind of measure when you're boosting, if those are your objectives or those are your goals. So what is the best type of post to boost? And so for me, most of the time I suggest doing a content-only post, right? So you don't really have a call to action. You're not trying to get people to sign up for your lead magnet. You're not trying to get people to join your webinar or any of that stuff. You're just trying to get some content out there. And so for a lot of people that's difficult, because they want to get people on their list, they want to sign people up, they want to that kind of thing. And so what I'm going to tell you is that with Facebook, just the way Facebook is, because it's an engagement platform, is getting in front of them is just as important as trying to get them to sign up. Okay, because it's a process for people. And so put out some of your best content into a post. It can be a long post. That's okay. Another way you could do it, though, is like if you have a blog post that you wanted to really promote, then take the first quarter of it and put that in in a Facebook post, and then at the end say, hey, if you'd like to read the rest of this blog post, click here, and then you're going to get them to your website. I mean, that's an amazing way to do stuff, and you kind of have the best of both worlds there. It's pretty simple. Another thing that you can do is you can post a thought-provoking question, and so the people who answer that question, or at least answer it the way you wanted them to, then you could reach out to them directly, right? Because they answered it the way you wanted to, and then just contact them. Those are effective. You can also post about somebody else that your ideal clients are likely to follow. So, for example, say your ideal, and I'm just throwing somebody out there, say your ideal client tends to follow Dr. Oz, right? Well, you could post something about Dr. Oz, and then now you can end up retargeting those people or contacting the people who comment or like or share or whatever. You can reach out and contact them, but now you're getting in front of the people who who are your ideal clients who like Dr. Oz, and so you kind of filtered that out some. Okay, so that's some of the things that you can do with your post, and that's the reason to do it. So how do you actually do all this stuff? Well, you just input a post, right? And when you do it, and if you're listening to this, you can go, excuse me, to the YouTube video and watch this. But and I've already copied and pasted what I need to in here, the copy, and for those who are watching, you can see it's a really long copy, right? And I'm using a catacorn as an image, okay? And I do that on purpose, and I use the catacorn fairly regular. So once you're inputting it, during the input process, there's actually a button that you can click right there that says Boost Post. Now, if you don't click it right there, you'll have another chance. You just go to the post on the page that you want and click Boost. But either way, once you do that, then you're going to have some targeting stuff come up. And immediately when the targeting comes up, unless you have done a recent boost or something like that, it may just show you want to target people in the state that you live in. So you have to be really careful that you've got to define it. You've got to click edit and define that. Now, another thing that's really good for boosting, I didn't mention before, is boosting a post to people who like your page. People are all the time talking about how their business page doesn't get any doesn't get any traction, right? Nobody ever likes your post, and hardly anybody sees it, and that's true for most everybody. But there's a selection there. You can go to people who like your page, and that post will start getting some traction, and that ultimately helps organic reach as well. So you can do that. You can also target custom audiences, meaning retargeting audiences. Okay, so once you do that, once you've entered in your audience, you're also going to want to select your budget. Well, how do you do that? Well, from a boost, you want to think in terms of a lifetime budget, not a daily budget, okay? Because that's how you're going to select it. And so the first thing you select is, well, how many days do you want to run the post? You want to run 5 or 10 or 7 or whatever it is. And I usually do them about 5 to 7 days. That's typical. Budgeting wise, you don't need to spend a lot, okay? So it'll come up with some automatic options of how much you want to spend for the lifetime of it. But you can customize that. So if you only want to do $1 a day and $5 for 5 days, well then go for it. Okay, I mean it'll limit your reach, but that's okay. Typically, I suggest doing $5 a day. Okay, I mean that's typically what I would suggest. And so in this particular case, if I was doing that, I'd have to manually choose $2,500 or $25. There's also a selection whether or not you need to turn on your Facebook pixel and that kind of thing. I always turn it on anyway, even though you may not be trying to track conversions or anything. Just turn it on. It's not going to hurt you anything. And then when you scroll down, it'll tell you, what ad account it's coming from and those kinds of things. And then at the bottom, whoops, let's see if we got here. Then you just click, you finish clicking that and you click the blue button at the bottom, and then it'll take you back to the post and you click share now and you're ready to go. Okay, so that post will run, like I'm going to do it right now. It's going to run for 5 days. Like it or not, it's running for 5 days. You can also turn it off if you need to or whatever. So I just wanted to kind of talk to you about what to do and how to do it and when it's a good thing and when it's not. So just remember that you have to have a purpose behind your boost. Okay, all right. That's all I got for you this week. We are talking about this kind of stuff over at Marketing with the Twang. And if you need help with any of your strategy or your funnels or anything like that, the Marketing with the Twang membership is where you want to be. So come join us, and I'd love to have you there. Otherwise, I will see you on episode number 83. Bye.